Bitcoin printing fresh new highs today above 73K, went to 73.5K this morning. It is Wednesday, March 13th, 10:35 a.m. It's going to be a crypto market update because, like I said in the video yesterday, you wait 3 years for 3 weeks, and it's so true. And it's so serious because think about your next 3 years. How do you want that to pan out? These 3 weeks to potentially maybe 6 weeks is what's going to decide that. And it's time to buckle down and get ready for that. So if you're new here, subscribe and the notification bell, leave a like and a comment. Let's dive into it and let's get into it. So Bitcoin right now, it's at the second concrete ceiling. So we had smashed up through that first concrete ceiling here. This is Stargate Fib Forecaster. And we had bounced on as support and we went right up to that second concrete ceiling here. We're trying to break out above it. If we can break out above 73K, hold above as support with a couple daily candle closes, then it's very likely we're going to head up to around 82.5K to 83K with a potential stretch up to 91, 92K. That's what I'm seeing as far as next targets for Bitcoin if it can remain above that 73K level and hold with bodies of the candles above that level. As you can see, it's been 3 days. And it's just wicks that have gotten above, and we wicked up and we have the body below it right now. So it's very critical that we have a 73K candle body close above that level. Because if we don't, then we run the risk of having a rollover. And if we can't hold this trend line that we covered in the video from last week, we had said, hey, if we break above this trend line here and hold that support, we're going to send it up to new all-time highs. That's exactly what we did. See how this wick through the trend line, but the body closed above? The bodies is what we're looking for. And we've been holding that support this whole way. So if we can break above 73K soon and hold the body above, then we run the risk of coming back down to 69K. The market didn't like when Bitcoin was flirting with 69K. That's the previous all-time high. So if we come down to that level, that's going to be a caution moment, because if we break that 79K and break back down below our previous all-time high, that's not a good look. And it's likely we would fall down to around 53K, 55K in my opinion. But I believe that would be the last big, massive buying opportunity before we send it up to new all-time highs across the board for all the cryptos. And these wickening events are very quickly bought up and prices head higher, as we've seen throughout these past weeks here on all these events. So that's what I'm seeing as far as Bitcoin goes. Those are the levels to watch. 73K, we need to get above. 69K, we need to hold that support. If we break that level, be prepared for a wickening moment, the mother of all wickenings. But it will be a massive buying opportunity. The last one before we send it up to the heavens here. So then let's go into the next chart. This is the altcoin season pulse chart. If we go to a daily chart, we're hanging on by an edge right now. If we can have this chart roll over, that's what's going to send the altcoins up in a massive way. So on the 3-day chart, if we take this low to the high up here, we need to break down from the 786 around 76%. We're at 77% right now. This is Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum dominance, USDC dominance, and USDT dominance. A lot, that's like the safety trade. So if this rolls over, the dominance starts to kind of bleed out from these 4 coins, then the money's going somewhere and it's likely going into the altcoins. That's where we see the face melting rally. So right now we're hanging on by a thread, and that's going to be our moment. If we break 76%, we're going to send it up in a big way. And if we put a horizontal line there as well too, you can look back in 2019 when we broke that level in 2021, back in around March, April-ish, the time frames are lining up, and we tanked down like that. That was the life-changing moment in 2021. And now we're here 3 years later with that same opportunity. So if you were there back then and you didn't play it right, boy, you're going to want to play it right this time, because it'll be another potentially 3 years if you don't play it right this time. So it's really time to get serious and buckle down. But it's all fun and games until you spend 3 years trying to fix a mistake. So this is where we're at right now. We need to watch this level. If we break down from it, gear up. So that's that. Let's look at the momentum is rolling over. TSI is rolling over. It's looking good for a meltdown. But the fate lies in Bitcoin's hands. Bitcoin needs to maintain above its previous all-time high for the altcoins, I believe, not financial advice, to melt up. So we could ping pong in this, this zone here, or come up and go like that. And that will be a prime environment for altcoins to go up in a big way. We just we want to see Bitcoin stable. We don't want violent moves to the upside, violent moves to the downside. Altcoins don't like that. It likes when it's stable and when the market understands the macro trend. With the macro trend, we're hitting new all-time highs on it every day, it seems like. So we're obviously macro bullish, but Bitcoin needs to maintain stability so money can flow out and chase higher risk plays like altcoins. So let's go to USDT plus USDC against all the total crypto market cap, because this is our pump or dump chart for crypto. If this chart goes up, we dump for crypto. If this chart goes down, we pump for crypto. And right now we're below the belly of the beast, which is massive, but we're at that macro 786. If you haven't watched that video that I was sharing for like a week straight in the Discord, link is in the bio, come join the Discord. In the announcements or in the market updates, go back to it and watch it. It's so key. We're posting this again because everything that has happened since that video has panned out, and it has. And where we're at right now is what we're calling for, coming down to that macro 786, being at the bottom of the belly of the beast, getting cautious at this level. But if we melt down from here, it's going to be a massive move. Something we haven't seen in 4 years, 3 years. So we need to watch this very closely, because if we break up back into the belly of the beast and hold it as support, then there could be a potential big dump for crypto. And that's where Bitcoin could have that move down very quickly to 53, 55K and then get bought up quick as well too. So all these things play into each other. These are the market drivers. So we want to see this maintain below and break down from this macro 786, because this will melt down immensely. And we could see the biggest altcoin season we've ever seen in crypto, in my opinion. So let's look at the others market cap, because I was saying in the Discord and the market updates channel, keep people updated in real time with the movements in the short term, but also in the bigger picture. We need to hold in the short term 350 billion. We broke it, and it's likely that we're going to come down to 333 billion if we can't hold where we're at right now, which is 344 billion. So coming down to 333 billion, it seems like all those weakening events are touching this trend line here, touching that trend line. So it's very likely we come down to 333 billion, which is lining up from this low to the high up here, the 786 here as well too. And if we're taking a look from this low to this high, it's the 4236 breakdown extension. So a lot of things lining up at that level. That's where I'd be looking to add heavily to altcoins if Bitcoin is giving that those good vibes for the altcoins, right? It needs to maintain that stability, as I mentioned earlier. So once it gets down to that level, if it doesn't hold here, we need to assess real quick, what's Bitcoin doing? Is it holding its ground? Because if it is, that's when I'm going hard on altcoins. So that's where we're at there. If we zoom out, go to the 3-day chart, we're on track with the fractal. And what it says is, late March into April, we're heading up in a big way, and we top around the first week of May, maybe stretch into June, hitting over $1 trillion market cap for the other chart. Be massive, huge, big money, big gains. So that's the other chart. Momentum's on its side as well too. Then looking at the total 3 chart. So all the altcoins besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, 3-week prepare to sell soon signal is flashing as we speak. 11 days till this candle closes. I went back to 2021 or 2020 in December, where the first 3-week prepare to sell soon came in the last bull market. And I grabbed the fractal from that point and matched it up to this right here. And like I was saying earlier in this video, in the video yesterday, these next 3 weeks, life-changing. It's all kind of panning out. All these things are flowing together. And from what I'm seeing, not financial advice, and besides any potential black swan event, you can never really 100% foresee something like that. If nothing like that pans out, cyber attack, anything like that, we're on the precipice of massive upside. Buy now nailed it back here in October. We have the sell warning. It just means we're heating up, which if you look to the past, December 2020 was when we really had our heat up moment. So right now, this is all looking very incredibly optimistic, exciting times ahead. And if we take a look at this high down to the low here as well too, we're at the 702, getting close to that 786. You take the high down to the low here as well too. And when that first prepare to sell soon came in, we were right at that 702 as well too. It's all lining up. So get ready, prepare, get excited. It's time to buckle down, because it's not the time to fool around, that's for sure. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio, and I'll see you guys in the next video.